I don't think it's a secret that I used to be a huge harem fan. Many of us were back in the 2000s and 2010s, as we had classics such as Ah My Goddess, Tenshi Muyo, To Love Ru, and The World God Only Knows. There are plenty of other shows, but these are some of the more dominant harem shows that aired during that time. As the years have gone by, we have slowly seen the isekai genre take a firm grip over the anime industry, but it used to be heavily dominated by romance shows with the harem subgenre in it. The problem I see now is that modern harem shows lack a very solid hook, as most of them are very rinse and repeat. You have your tsundere, childhood friend, the innocent one, the pervy one, the lolly, the bookworm, the trap, the idiot, the yandere, the first girl, and God forbid, the family member. Most times than not, harems tend to cross these character archetypes around, and it causes the show to seem all too formulaic. That was until I watched 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You. This is a satire on the harem genre as a whole, but like any good satire, it leans into the tropes and ensures that you're going to have a good time with it. The story focuses on our male protagonist, Rentarou, who for better or for worse can be described as someone who has absolutely gotten friend-zoned every single time throughout his life. This is because Rentarou has been cursed by God, and 100 times in a row he has been rejected by someone he asked out. Feeling depressed, Rentarou goes to a shrine to confide with God, and ironically enough, God responds. He is told by the God who helped make him that he has not been given not one, not two, not three, but 100 soulmates. Given this ultimatum, Rentarou has to either nut up or shut up, as every girl who is his soulmate will either be with him and live a happy life, or never find a soulmate again and be alone forever. Take a second to let that soak in. You get the premise? Okay. So if you were in this situation, would you A. Date only the women you like, B. Date no one at all, C. Date only a few of them, or D. Date all of them? If you pick D, then congratulations, you've just won 100 girlfriends. Collect $200 as you pass go, put the pegs in your game of life car, and prepare for world domination. Your army of girlfriends who endlessly love you will be able to take down any country in your way. What makes this premise so good is that Rentarou understands how bizarre this is, but his heart is so full of love that he makes it his life's work to do anything to make his soulmates happy. He truly does care for the women around him, and he isn't your overtly pervy protag that you typically get in harem shows. It is this basic empathy that Rentarou shows that makes us as the viewers like him. He isn't a self-insert, he is his own character with his own motivations and ambitions. This is why I like Rentarou so much. He's not your self-insert protag, he's just gonna get straight to the point, and he actually loves all the women around him. Not for pervy reasons either, but to make sure that they are actually happy and live a full life. As for the women of the show, we have firstly Hanazono Hakari, the clumsy one. She's also calculated as she tries to put herself in the best possible scenarios with Rentarou. Hakari also shows off a perverted side to her that shows viewers a simple message of, hey, women can be horny too, right? Then there is Inda Karane, the twin-tailed tsundere. She's a mix of several different stereotypes, but the character she reminds me most of is Taiga from Toradora. She's violent, has a short fuse, but also has a sweet side to her, the typical tsundere. We then have Yoshimoto Shizuka, who's a mix of the lolly stereotype and the quiet one. She is someone who doesn't physically speak and instead uses lines from her favorite novel series to communicate with the others. The combination of being mute and lollies is just reminding me of a very well-known meme going around right now.
Oh baby, I love you like Pluto is a dwarf planet. Please let me go to the island. Let me go. Let me go.
Next is Nano, and she is based on the emotionless stereotype in harem anime. She's a shining example of that. She has perfect grades and is a complete and utter genius. She is emotionless as a result of her intelligence, where she prefers practicality to anything else. Facts don't care about your feelings, Rentarou. There's Yakuzen Kusuri, who is our lolly bait, as she uses drugs to make herself look 10 years younger than she actually is. In actuality, she is 18 and a senpai to Rentarou. This is a mix of several other stereotypes, but ironically enough, I think she's the most fleshed out character. Kusuri is energetic and someone who creates drugs for virtually any use. It is a shame that she starts to become more of a side character as opposed to the other four aforementioned girlfriends. Especially when our sixth girlfriend comes around. Our sixth and final girlfriend of the season is, how do I say this lightly, a MILF. Hakari's mom has got it going on. She's all Rentarou wants and she's waited for so long. Hakari, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with your mom. You heard that right. We have a literal MILF in our midst, as Hanazono Hahari is the sixth girlfriend of Rentarou. She's the more mature version of Hakari, and as such, she tests Rentarou to see if she actually does love Hakari in the final 2 episodes. The very moment you realize that Rentarou cannot look at Hahari in the eyes, it becomes abundantly clear that they are going to zing and realize they are soulmates. As Hahari hasn't been shown as a more fleshed out character, anime watchers will not know what you're truly getting from her, but rest assured, because I read the manga. It only gets better as Hahari is not only a MILF, but also a bisexual queen, as she is someone who also wishes to be with one of her maids, who is also one of Rentarou's girlfriends. But she respectfully doesn't pursue it due to her not wanting to make things uncomfortable and wrong. We love a respectable queen. If it was a man, it would be something akin to the Ted scene that came in the new TV show.
Pretend you're a Randy executive and I'm your secretary. Go. Mr. Bennett! Mr. Bennett, control yourself! For heaven's sakes, Mr. Bennett, you're a married man!
Teddy, come on!
Who's Teddy? I'm Deborah! I just moved to the big city with nothing but a suitcase full of dreams and an associate's degree from Catherine Gibbs!
With this cast of characters, it only makes sense why this show has become so popular. Each character has been finely tuned by the creator, Rikido Nakamura. Their character work has to be second to none as far as harem, manga, or anime go. And the subsequent chapters after the anime's completion vastly highlight that. We are currently up to our 27th girlfriend with no end in sight, and I have to say that each one of these characters feel like there's a whole lot of heart and soul poured into them. We have yet to see our resident yandere, gothic lolly, furry, gyaru, and even martial artist. As the series continues onwards, the cast of characters is only going to get better, and it is something that I think any writer would be envious of. As each character gets more and more time, you feel connected to each and every one of them, just as Rentarou is. I said that we weren't self-inserts to the protagonist, but in fact, we're actually standing with Rentarou, as he's our guide in this entire thing. He takes our hand as someone that he loves to show why he loves the people he does. That is why this show is so successful, and it's going to keep on going on to be a very, very successful anime. If you think the premise is crazy, well, the characters themselves think it is too. The characters are self-aware and understand that they are in a ridiculous situation, which makes it even funnier. Similar to Hotel Transylvania, when someone meets the love of their life, they're going to zing. It is that element of love at first sight. I like that they do this in the series because it's a traditional trope that's taken and flipped on its head, because now that Rentarou knows that he's zinged with someone, he knows that's inevitable, that he has to make them happy. It is that motivating force that makes sure that he has to intervene in these situations. Otherwise, he would be ending up clueless and have no idea if someone is in fact interested in him, which in turn could mean that the character is not given the love that they need or deserve. I don't know, it's just something to think about, and I think that the show is amazing not only for its romance elements, but its comedic elements as well. There are a lot of references to things like Tokyo Ghoul, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, and etc. This is a show created by someone who loves satire and also loves anime as a whole. These kinds of shows just exude so much confidence, and I think anything of these sorts are just an instant win in my book. They break the fourth wall, they make meta jokes that poke fun at what they're making fun of. It is a series that truly stands out among the various dry harems that we have gotten in the past 10 years. This is a series I'll be gleefully reading and watching, as I think it is the best character work I've seen in Japanese media in a while. I highly recommend this show, and I hope that you enjoyed as much as I did. And if you have seen the show, what are your thoughts? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What's your reasoning? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. I will be increasing my uploads to bi-weekly as I desperately attempt to hit my 2024 goal of 500 subscribers. If you liked the video, please consider checking out some of my other videos and leaving a like or a comment. I greatly do appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time.